money, sports, and gambling. The perfect trifecta. Every year, billions of dollars are bet on sports in the United States, most illegally. It's a shadow economy nearly as big as the federal bailout. But that may be about to change because of this man, the newly elected governor of Delaware.
I believe the time has come for Delaware to reauthorize the sports lottery.
Sports lottery is another way of saying sports betting. And the governor wants his state to get a piece of the action.
When you're dealing with a $750 million shortfall, and of course, you can't just print money.
If the governor gets his way, fans at Delaware's 3 racetracks, which also have video slot machines, will be betting on all sports, including college football and the NFL, just in time for the '09 season.
Delaware has a unique potential competitive advantage because we're the only state east of the Mississippi that is authorized by federal law to have a sports lottery.
In 1992, Congress passed the Professional and Amateur Sports Protection Act, banning states from being in the bookmaking business. It exempted Nevada, Oregon, Montana, and Delaware because they already had laws legalizing sports betting. Oregon quit the betting business in 2007 to win back NCAA tournament games, and the sports lottery in the remote state of Montana doesn't get much activity. Delaware hasn't had sports betting in more than 30 years.
What are the barriers you're seeing so far?
Well, there are lots of them. The NFL, the NCAA have expressed their concerns, and that's fine. You know, I just think my job is to focus on what's in the best interest of Delaware taxpayers.
When the NFL expresses its concern about this proposal, what do they say to you?
Basically, they say that their focus is to protect the integrity of the league, and they think that the sports lottery is not consistent with that.
No more casinos! No more casinos!
In March, at a public hearing in the state capital of Dover, the NFL voiced its opposition.
We oppose the notion of the state of Delaware, or any state, legalizing and thereby promoting betting on our sporting events.
We have a lot of respect for the NFL, and we happen to disagree with them. My real issue is they ought not to be coming into Delaware and telling us as Delawareans how to run our state.
The NFL declined E60's request for an interview. In March, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell sent the governor a letter in which he wrote, "State-promoted gambling not only adds to the pressure on our coaches and players, but creates suspicion and cynicism toward every on-the-field mistake."
If they really wanted to get rid of the injury report, I think they could.
And it's a screen pass, Terrell Suggs has it! His second NFL touchdown!
Terrell Suggs is a linebacker with the Baltimore Ravens, considered a local team by Delaware fans. A 6-year NFL vet and Pro Bowler, he believes gamblers would target marginal players who might leak tightly guarded secrets about significant injuries.
There are some players that could be vulnerable. Not the big guys, not the Peyton Mannings and the LaDainian Thomases, not those guys. But there are some guys that if they feel they can make a little bit extra money, you know, just, oh, such and such is hurt. We don't know if he's going to play this week. That goes a long way in the gambling world.
Like the NFL, hundreds of millions of dollars are bet on college sports every year. Under NCAA rules, if Delaware legalizes sports betting, it could lose college playoff and championship games.
What is the NCAA's stance on gambling?
The NCAA is always going to be opposed to sports wagering. I mean, we care about the well-being of our student athletes, and we care about protecting the integrity of our championship.
We think they're being retaliatory and inconsistent. People can bet in Las Vegas on participants in the Las Vegas Bowl. Montana has a sports lottery, and teams there have been able to host playoff games.
Montana was an administrative oversight, and we've been upfront about that. Bowl games are different. They're administered under a different set of championship policies. Did we make a mistake? Yeah. Does that mean we're going to continue to make mistakes? No.
While the NCAA and the NFL have their own concerns, a New Jersey state senator has another. He wants what Delaware might soon get.
With Delaware really pushing for it, our next door neighbor going to start it, it's going to take more folks away from our casinos. They're empty enough on Final Four weekend or Super Bowl week.
The state senator sees profits on the Atlantic City boardwalk eroding.
If we had sports betting, it would be packed. Imagine if Giants and Eagles were on that TV screen, you wouldn't be able to get in here. It would be
on March 23rd, 4 days after the Delaware governor announced his plans, Senator Lesniak sued the United States government to have the 1992 federal betting ban overturned, giving New Jersey and all states the chance to legalize sports betting.
Sports gambling is going on every single day, hundreds of billions of dollars over the internet, legally in some places, and we should be allowed to do it here in New Jersey, and it's unconstitutional to deny us that right.
It's going to open a lot of eyes out there, especially if they're successful.
Jay Cornegay is the bookmaker at the Las Vegas Hilton, which has the world's largest sports book.
You got to think that sports gaming could possibly expand to different parts of the country. Indian gaming was considered a threat, but it introduced the gaming world to a whole new slew of gamblers, and eventually they worked their way to Las Vegas. You can build a roller coaster anywhere, but eventually they're going to want to go to Disneyland.
Governor Markell's sports betting proposal has been on a ride of its own. It took 2 votes to get it through the State House of Representatives, where it finally passed after 9 hours of negotiations on May 7th.
House Bill number 100 is declared passed the House.
Now it goes to the state Senate.
Was sports betting ever in jeopardy of not being passed?
You know, we were always focused on keeping it going. We were not going to give up the fight. We are certainly looking forward to a favorable outcome in the Senate, and then I will gladly sign it.
What kind of repercussions are you expecting from the NFL?
Well, the NFL has threatened to sue us. They don't really like this idea very much, and again, that's their prerogative.
Governor Markell is hoping that sports betting will generate between $50 and $100 million in revenue for his state. He's anxious to get his plan going.
And Adrian Peterson is loose. He has scored.
The clock is ticking. We don't want to miss the NFL season. That's really where most of the sports betting activity is likely to take place, and we obviously want to tap into that.